What's up guys? Today I'm going to be trying a format referred to as 35 pokes. Every time this format randomizes 35 Pokemon with restrictions to avoid certain overpowered ones, and this was one of the randomizations from a previous metagame. So this was a very well-loved and well-developed metagame by the community. So I decided to build some teams using this format, and then I challenged the most decorated player in 35 pokes community, Big Shuda, the only player to have won 3 monthly tournaments held by the 35 Pokes Discord. I'm going to go over the teams I made, and then we're going to see if I have what it takes to go up against the best. First up, I made a Frostlass Hyper Offense team. So I've got Light Clay here with Reflect and Light Screen. I've got this Electros set I've been super excited to use for a while. Sub Coil with the no weaknesses Pokemon here with Drain Punch, and the max special defense can be incredibly annoying. And also Coil boosts accuracy, making this Zap Cannon very soon 100% accurate. I've got a Belly Drum Titan here, pretty standard set on that. Sheer Force just to boost play rough damage. Gyarados here, which is going to be running Hurricane to deal with Chestnut, one of the top tiers in the metagame, but otherwise a pretty standard Moxie set. A Honeclaw's Durant here, Honeclaw's Life Orb Hustle with this boosting accuracy as well. This thing goes pretty crazy. And lastly, a Belly Drum Chestnut with Slackberry, so this thing can go wild as well, and I'm really excited to try this hyper offense out. Next up, this is the team I'm planning to bring to Game 2. This is not my team for this. I decided to use a sample team. I like getting a little wild with my teams, but I did also want you guys to get an idea of what the meta looks like. So this is, we've got a Lurantis here, which is pretty cool as our removal. Bit of a hazard stack element going on to this team with this spikes on Chestnut and also the toxic spikes on Pincurchin. We've got a pretty cool Dragon Dance Tyranitar set here with a nice defensive backbone of this Gastrodon and Chestnut, and also this really cool sweeping Drifblim that can work with Pincurchin, maybe clean up in the late game. So very interesting team, and this is a sample team. So if you want to find this and other sample teams like it, check out the 35 Pokes Discord. They always get them up really fast. In a community where you're randomizing an entire new metagame every month, you've got a council and just a general player base that moves very quickly and is very active. Lastly, this is a team I did build myself, and this is going to be an electric terrain hyper offense. So I really wanted to lean into that electric terrain here. So I've got a terrain extender Pincurchin, an electric seed Drifblim, a Morpeko here with that aura wheel damage going crazy, seed bomb to cover Gastrodon. Now this thing absolutely cannot touch Chestnut at all, but we kind of have that covered. So we've got Drifblim here with the stored power to break past anything and also really take advantage of Chestnut. Ninetales here to once again take advantage of Chestnut here. The specs overheat with this coverage, especially on a modest Ninetales. In this metagame, this thing is unwallable. The best thing for it is Tyranitar, which does not enjoy taking a modest specs energy ball. Then we've got the Electric Seed Chlorophyll. Note that this works well with the Drought from Ninetales. The Chlorophyll Electric Seed Jumpluff. SD, Acrobatic Seed Bomb, and Sleep Powder. This guy can be really annoying and can go absolutely crazy if it gets a chance to set up. And lastly, even though we do have Sun, I figure it's worth the chance to hit Chestnut, and Sun won't be up the whole game. We've got Gyarados here. So running DD, Waterfall, Earthquake with the Hurricane to deal with those Iron Defense Chestnut. Alright, let's see how I do. Alright, here we go. You know how it is, guys. Always with the hyper offense. One must cheese. So, I don't like the T-Tar into the Frostlass, but I can reflect. Depending on the Chestnut set, Electros could be cool here. My Chestnut could definitely pop off here. Let's just start with Frostlass. Let's not complicate things too much. Yeah. I don't know. I'll give him an HF. I don't want to give him a GL. Scary things can happen when you give your opponent a GL. Let that be a lesson to you guys. Watch, I'm gonna end up winning this game by like getting like 5 critical hits in a row, and he's gonna be eating his words. But we'll see here. So I do really like if the Durant gets weakened, I do like the Whale. Honestly, I like a lot of my team. And, you know, as I said, I do have a lot of physical Pokemon and a lot of Pokemon that kind of lose to Chestnut, but we do have the Hurricane Gyarados tech. Okay, so let's just reflect. Okay, we get knocked off, but we're living, because that's how we do things here. Let's light screen. One thing, this is Nat Deck style, so Pursuit does exist. We're going to get taunted there, which is awesome. That's like exactly what I want. And I think it's time to go Durant, honestly. I think this is a good bring here. Let's Hone Claws. Hopefully no fire move here. And I do have Stone Edge as well, which after a Hone Claws, even with Hustle, is going to be 85 accuracy. So if the Pelipper or the Gyarados comes in here, they die. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Although, unfortunately, so our Frostlass is not coming in again. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see, does Durant kind of outspeeding everything? If that's all he's got, I'm going to go for another Hone Claws. Because I feel like if he had a fire move, he would have gone for it. And if I go for another Hone Claws, that's going to be 100 accuracy. And I might just be able to blow up this entire team. Probably I'll be able to kill the Pincurchin, because the Pincurchin in this format, actually, it gets Rising Voltage, because remember, this is Nat Deck's rules. So it's probably not going to be relaxed. Let's just make it, I don't know, modest, let's say. And it probably won't have defense. Might have a little bit. But yeah, probably with another Hone Claws, I'll be good. If he pulls out the Flamethrower here, I'm going to be very upset. Or if I get like Ice Punch frozen, I'm going to be upset. But let's see, I think we're looking pretty good. Hopefully it's not Intimidate Gyarados. That would be a bit sad too. Pelipper is definitely dying to Stone Edge. And remember, there's no Terra, so there's no getting out of this. Now, hopefully this is not about to be a Scarf Pelipper. But yeah, 106 accuracy. We're going to go for it. Okay, the Pelipper drops. This is looking really good, guys. And the other thing is, because I set up Reflect first when I still had the Light Clay, right, we have a lot of turns. So if the Durant can't come in and like try to ant all over us. So this kills most Pincurchin here, unless this is really defensive. So we're going to X-Scissor, and it's really defensive, and we're going to die to a Rising Voltage. So that's pretty sad, not going to lie. That's pretty sad. But I wonder if this is a good time for Gyarados to come in. I feel like with the rain boosted and all that, I think I'm going to go into Gyarados here. So the idea is that he thinks, oh, this guy's new, he doesn't know what's up, and then he goes into Chestnut, and I Hurricane him in the rain. That's the dream scenario that happens right here. Okay, I think he knows, guys. I think he knows. So let's see how much Stone Edge is doing here. That's gonna kill. Okay. But I've heard, so when I played this last time, I did hear Stone Edge was a kind of a rare option. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to DD. Oh, it's Thunder Fang. That's not good. How much is Chestnut taking? Okay, so right, that fighting doesn't... Okay, so... And that's not Life Orb either, which is good to know. It's going to be risky, because if I go in and I sub as he... Let's go into Chestnut. I'm going to do it. I'm going to Belly Drum. No. Do I sub? I think he knows. I think he knows I'm going to try to sub because of the team. So we're going to go belly. Oh, that did a lot more than I thought it would. What? Is he banded? No, he Thunderfanged. What? Oh, this calc doesn't have hustle on it. That's why. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're probably about to... We're going to probably just get smoked here. Yeah. Okay. So there's game one. Some questionable decisions, perhaps, against the Durant. I'm surprised the Pincurchin was so defensive, though. I feel like we almost kind of swept the game, but that just happened to be like the fattest Pincurchin, which is not ideal. But okay, I mean, no, this is going to be 100 accuracy because hustle too. So I mean, we can try, but yeah. GG. Okay, go into game two, though. There is still hope. There is still hope. All right, game two. Misfortunes of the last game are shaken off. I'm ready to go. And let's, I really want to get T-Spikes up this game. I feel like that's so worth it. So let's just lead with Pincurchin, I would say, here. My team hates T-Spikes too, though. Holy crap. No wonder we have a defog on this guy. Yeah, Lurantis does go hard. Whew. I think he's going to try to get up T-Spikes as well. So I want to switch things up a little bit and lead with Lurantis, because I've got defog on Lurantis. And ideally then we can knock the Durant. Because I imagine there's going to be a switch. I am pretty sure it's going to be a situation where it's like lead Pincurchin and then realize, oh, it's a Lurantis, and then switch out. Might superpower the Lurantis as well. I mean the Pincurchin. We'll see that. We'll see what the lead is. Let's get the timer going here. Put on some pressure. Yeah, this team I've got has a few sweepers, kind of hidden sweepers. You know, like there's the Drifblim, there's the Tyranitar. So it looks kind of like a fat team, but there's some hidden potential. I don't think there's anything on his team I'm particularly worried about other than Durant. But we'll see. Maybe there are unexpected threats lurking on his side as well. Okay, I correctly predicted the lead, so that's good. Let me run a calc here against Durant. So let's change that to Hustle. There we go. X Scissor. So that's doing like a crazy amount of damage, and that's not even attack invested. Good God. Okay. So what this tells me is that Superpower, although Superpower actually, no, that's actually a winning situation. So I'm just going to Superpower here. Really living up to the name of Sweep or Nothing. Because if we Superpower, unless this thing's Life Orb, though. Unless this thing's Life Orb, at which point it will kill even if we do Superpower. But he didn't run that last time, and people really like running the same sets every game, is something I've noticed. People have their preferred sets. So I'm going to stay in, I'm going to Superpower. Is that a good play, though? Is this thing so good? I honestly don't think it's that crazy. Well, it gets good here, but it gets Gunk Shot. It gets Hurricane by these two. Let's Superpower and try to take out the Durant. And we do live, so I was correct about my set analysis, and the Durant goes down. So I'd say that's pretty good, because that was what I thought was the biggest threat. And it's dead. So I'm happy with how that started out. I feel like it went according to plan perfectly. I do think I want to preserve this, so let's look what's going to happen here. Excuse me. Apologies. A little bit sick at the moment. All right, though. So this Passimian here. Don't really know what set it is, which is part of the concern. Let's check how Chestnut's doing. Chestnut's doing well if this thing doesn't turn out to click Gunk Shot here, or if it doesn't turn out to be banded. I think I can afford to go into Chestnut here. I do want to preserve the Lurantis. Let's see. And, okay, that's good. Yeah, so that damage is not... that's not the damage of a banded Passimian. And let me check Gunk Shot here. Gunk Shot's not doing anything crazy either. Okay, Leech doing great. And I can now just scout with Spiky Shield, kind of see what he wants to do. And we see the Toxic come off, so kind of a confirmation that this is a more defensive Pelipper. I think it's T-Spike time. I think I want to go into Tapu Koko here, as it's nicknamed, and go for the T-Spike. Leaning single layer. I don't think I really need the double layer particularly badly. And I imagine this is just going to go for probably like an Earth Power here. So it might, the Toxic read would be great. I'm going to go into my Gastrodon and click Toxic. Okay, and no, I predicted right. I get it into the Scald. So I'm positioned very well here. I'm going to Toxic, we connect, we get poisoned. That is an okay trade by me. I'm going to Toxic again, and we get the Pelipper. Yep, I figure this thing is going to want to defog. So this is going rather swimmingly, if I do say so myself. Is it time to pop the T-Tar? Is another good question. So I do think this is Scarfed. So I actually think I'm going to go for the Rain Boosted Scald here, because that's going to do a ton of damage. Now, I want to make sure I don't weaken myself too much for Gyarados, is a mistake I could make. I do want to keep this thing able to poison Gyarados. I think this is a good time to go T-Tar, because the one thing this Pelipper doesn't do is go for a water move here. So I think I like T-Tar here. It'll add some nice extra chip too. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And I feel very comfortable just going for a Rock Slide here. I don't think we need to set up. Okay, can we get the flinch? No, okay, so he does get the defog off, but that's okay. Like, I don't particularly mind that. Getting the Pelipper killed is really, really awesome, and it means that we're going to be getting that nice Toxic. If we get Toxic Spike up, it's going to hit the Passimian next time. So let's just go into Chestnut here. Oh, and we see it's Bulk Up, but I highly doubt it's Substitute. So we can Leech Seed here, and I happen to know I live a close combat because we've seen what it did last time. So I can Body Press here. Even the Gunk Shot is not going to kill, so I'm still good to Body Press. And we got that Leech Seed recovery looking wonderful. Can Spiky Shield here. Now, so when you're this ahead in the game, and I think it's definitely time to sack the Lurantis as well. When you're this ahead in the game, you want to ask yourself, how do I lose this? What's the world where this goes downhill and I lose this game? And I think the way I lose is to the Gyarados. That's the only way I could foresee this really going super terrible for me. So what I want to do is position myself for a way that the Gyarados loss does not happen. That's the idea. Now, I wonder... No, because it'll be 12 plus 12, so I won't quite kill with sand damage here if I go into Tyranitar. So I think it is worth sacking the Lurantis. And then I do go into Chestnut here, and I do click Spiky Shield again. And let's see, what do we sack? So we could sack T-Tar, which would be nice because it would kind of give us a guaranteed entryway for whatever we want to do. Is T-Tar good in this endgame, though? I don't think it particularly is. Let's get rid of it. Okay, and he does indeed decide to go for the CC there, kind of like I thought he would. And let's just Spiky Shield here. If he preserves the Passimian, good play, but I don't think it's going to be particularly helpful in this endgame. It could be. It could be. Probably switching out here would be a good play on his part, but I don't think it's worth the risk for me. Maybe I'll pull a bit of a waiting trick here. I'm going to wait and kind of pretend like I'm considering something else, and then I'm just going to Spiky Shield. Oh, but he's still thinking, so I'm going to wait a little bit more. Kind of be like, oh, you know, am I going to make a read? Am I going to make a big read? And I feel like the way he's been playing, he really wants to chip down this chestnut. So I think he's going to greed and go for the CC. He's still thinking. These are some of the mind games. I really want to get one win, at least one win on this guy. He's really thinking hard over here. I think he's got to be switching. I think he's playing the exact same game on me, where he's trying to bait me into fear clicking Spiky Shield. Oh, but no, looks like it actually worked. So he goes for the gunk shot, and cool, we get that. So I don't think Gyarados really runs sub in this metagame. I don't think that's really a thing they do. I'm pretty sure he's going to Hurricane me here. We're going into Gastrodon. Yep, he clicked Hurricane. We're going to Toxic here, and we're going to not get confused. This is what's going to happen. We're going to not get confused. Okay, we're going to recover here, because I happen to know Pincurchin cannot touch this thing. And I want this to be healthy to deal with Gyarados. Cool, now we're going to Toxic. Oh my gosh. It's rising voltage here, I guess. Does not kill with an Earthquake here. So the fact that he switched out, though, the fact that he switched out tells me, I think, we're dealing with a little bit of a banded situation in the house. I want this Pincurchin to be taking double layers. Ooh, this is not good. Do I want my Chestnut taking double layers or single layers? I think we get the Chestnut in here, and I think we leech up, and I think we start spamming leech on some things. Oh my god, he's got P-Jab. Let's leech up. This is not looking good, lads. But there is the hope of the blimp. The legend, the blimp, can maybe pull us out of this situation. Let's Spiky Shield the Scout. Well, yeah, this thing's not really at a health where... I mean, no, what if this is DD, though? I feel like, okay, let's leech here. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's Spiky Shield. Oh, it's Boots. Good heavens. So, okay, Rising Voltage against Drifblim is doing not too bad. So I can Leech Seed here, and then die, and then I can go Drifblim, and I can Calm Mind, and potentially win. Yeah. Okay. So let's check the Gyarados calcs. So that's getting the 2-shot. Is a Choice Banded Gyarados, like, what's that doing? With Waterfall is not killing here, do I kill Pincurchin here is another separate and very important question to this conundrum. Max HP Pincurchin is dying here. So I believe my play is to Shadow Ball here for the kill. And then, actually no, hold on though. Gyarados is not at full. So if I Calm Mind again, I would need 2 Calm Minds, but I can do that based on this Rising Voltage damage, I believe. So let's check, because I'm going to have... Yeah, I can do that. I can get 2 Calm Minds. I think that's my play. I think I go for it. Okay, and I definitely sub here because I know this thing has Clear Smog, and we don't want to get Clear Smogged. I think we might have done it, lads. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this game. I think we might have gotten one. And I definitely see him up again. Because if I get to +3, the Gyarados dies. And there's no reason, unless this Gyarados is banded, there's no reason he would have switched it out. Unless it's... it better not be Choice Scarf. It better not be. But at this point, I don't think it matters. Because I think I can get up enough Calm Minds that even if it is Choice Scarf, I beat it. Okay, that feels like a sign of giving up. But I don't kill yet, so I'm going to go for one more. He's going to call... Okay, he's saying GG, which is definitely a sign of giving up. Not going to say GG till this thing dies, though. But it's looking very good. It looks like the Drift Blim did it, despite the unexpected Power Whip Gyarados strat there. Okay, and we do get a win. GG, okay. Okay, so this is looking like a very standard team. I'll give him the U2. I feel like if someone says GLHF and then you say HF. Thanks. Yeah, didn't make the team, but yeah, the Drift Blim does go hard. So I love Jumpluff here. I think I could win this game with Jumpluff. I seriously do. I love Gyarados too. Well, not as much, because he's got a Gastrodon. But I do have this Seed Bomb Morpeko, which can kind of cheese. But then Morpeko also has no way at all of touching... Morpeko has no way of touching Chestnut, so we're never getting past that. And Ninetales is looking awful into these double weathered setters. So I'm not thrilled with how this is looking. But let's lead with Pincurchin. You know, it's got the terrain extender. It's got the tech. This will do a lot with an Earth Power. But I think a T-Spike is worth it, so I'm going to set T-Spike. Oh, and we get Toxic on, which is great, actually. That's kind of exactly what we want. And I am actually going to go into Ninetales here. And now I'm going to double into Morpeko. See, that's the risk behind telling your opponent GL, though. You know, you don't want to manifest these things. I want to go into Morpeko here before this thing can defog. And now let's just knock off, I think, to start. Oh, Seed Bomb. Let's go. We just killed the Gastrodon, folks. We just killed the Gastrodon. And we've got a Gyarados that can sweep. The Seed Bomb Morpeko is going crazy. Let's put on the timer for the added mental damage. Rip. That's it's unfortunate. Yeah, I often make plays fast so my opponent doesn't have a chance to take them back. That's like that. That is a strat. Sometimes when someone makes a play that seems off to you, click that move so fast. But yeah, in this case, that was not the intention. I didn't realize. I thought he just didn't maybe see a lot of Morpeko. I know Morpeko is not considered a good Pokemon in this round of 35. But I love Morpeko. So I was like... But I mean, in this situation, right, you kind of had to either let the Chestnut get poisoned or take a lot to a Morpeko here. So this thing is just going to totally smoke me. So I'd rather go into Ninetales here. And let's just Energy Ball. Covers the Pelipper okay. Has actually a pretty good chance to two-shot as long as the Pelipper's not specially defensive. And let's see. So I'm modest specs Ninetales too, which is not common. Most of them run Timid. And looks like we are going to snag that 2-hit KO. I'm guessing the Pincurchin switch, the Durant switch is coming here, but if that does happen, I have a perfectly healthy Pincurchin that can switch in fully. Says nice play. Thanks. And yeah, let's just get in the Pincurchin here, because Rising Voltage is looking so good here. It's looking so good. And Pincurchin with that max defense is going to be taking 2 of anything, really. Except for maybe, I do think this gets like Stomping Tantrum or something. But okay, I'm definitely going to Rising Voltage here. I expect the Defog will come off. Yikes. That's the double Toxic Miss. That blows. We are getting so lucky this game, guys. I'm taking it though. Like I'm definitely not complaining. Gotta, when the luck comes your way, you gotta embrace it. So something to note too is to outspeed the Durant, I do need the Chlorophyll from the Sun, unless the Durant is adamant. So that is something to note here. Rising Voltage is actually doing kind of solid damage. I kind of want to see what he's going to try to do. I just want to click Rising Voltage here, because I know he can't do anything terrible to me. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Oh, we got the Lumtar coming out. So that's definitely something I don't want to let get out of control. And I think it's time to shut that down with my main man, Jumpluff, because this is kind of what he does. Wait, oh, okay. Jumpluff is not shutting anybody down, is what I just learned. But I think I'm actually fast enough that this T-Tar. So let me check here. So that's going to be 243 times 2.5, assuming he's Jolly, which he might not be. So that's going to be 243 times 2.5 is going to be 607.5. Which, so yeah, 319 times 2 outspeeds that. So I'm actually safe to Rising Voltage. Okay, and it looks like it's not even DD Tar, which is really surprising to me, but cool. We take those for sure. And I think we kill here. Hopefully we kill. We do. We get the, I don't know if that was a roll, but we do get the kill either way. I feel like I just leave this thing in here, even though it's going to give a Moxie boost. Yeah. Oh, and it's actually... Wait, oh, I should have realized it's Intimidate. How much is Ninetales doing to this? Because I'd like to get the Jumpluff in, but I want to just see... Oh, okay, so Ninetales is like just not doing very much at all. I really want to activate that Electric Seed is the thing, but I'm wondering if that's feasible. I think I go more Pico or a Wheel, and if the Chestnut comes in, then I switch in Jumpluff. Yeah, this feels right. And then I definitely just go into the Jumpluff here. So this can also Sleep Powder the Gyarados, which is pretty sick. Okay, and he's going to Body Press, which is fine. So that works. So if this Durant is Jolly, it'll outspeed. If it's Adamant, it won't. So I'm just going to Swords Dance here. Okay, interesting. And this thing, does this thing have something? No, that's not going to be enough. I still kill with an Acrobatics. And what's more... Actually, though, I'm trying to look at the Body Press damage here, because I don't want to be in a position where I get reverse swept by a Gyarados. So how much am I doing to a Gyarados? I do think... Okay, I do think I SD one more time. Hopefully this doesn't pull a Spiky Shield on me. That would be absolutely tragic. Thing is, yeah, you don't want to get... I'm in a really good spot here. Oh, it just pulled the Spiky Shield on me, guys. It's not good. It's not good at all. And we can't even Electric Seed Unburden on that. I may have thrown this one. Lads. How much is Gyarados taking? It might be time for our own Gyarados. Maybe more Pico can somehow endgame this whole situation. I think we go Gyarados and DD. Let's sub. I think maybe sacking the Pincurchin was a mistake. Looking back on it. But we're going to sub here and try to Calm Mind. My concern, though, is if this is a Thunderfang Durant, I might have already lost. I did not see Spiky Shield coming on an Iron Defense set. I felt like that would just be kind of unlikely, but I guess not. Okay, so I think I Calm Mind once. Okay, gonna Shadow Ball here. Ah, that's not good. Okay, let's Shadow Ball again, I guess. Maybe we can weaken this thing, like DD up with our own Gyarados and hope this is a more defensive set. Yeah, I do think, though, in retrospect, I feel like sacking the Pincurchin was not the play. I think we needed the speed of this Unburden to win the game. But it's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet. Let's store power and kill this thing. And we're going to go for the more Pico endgame. So, and I know you might be thinking like, wow, this doesn't seem like a good plan. The Durant's just going to destroy you. Yes, but hustle, right? That's 80% on every move, and it cannot afford to go for Hone Claws at any point. So if at any point this Durant does not get what it needs from hustle, we are in business. So I'm going to go Gyarados first. And go for the Hustle Miss here, and DD. Then I go Ninetales. Okay, that's fine. This is all in the books. And then I let's Flamethrower here. Okay, and he gets it. But if this doesn't hit here, I win the game. Oh no, because he had the Gyarados. Right, clever. Actually, no, but I still win the game here because 2 Aura Wheels still kills. So this actually does not change things at all. It still comes down to, do you get... So I think that's 4 hustles in a row, which I think I positioned... I mean, I definitely think I made a mistake with the Pincurchin, but yeah, I think the odds of all this hitting, just to know, just build the suspense a little before we see what happens here. Yeah, so the 4 times in a row hustle has a 40% chance of all of them hitting. So odds were in my favor for one of those to miss. Let's see if it happens. We get the critical hit. I forgot about that too. This was such a hacksy series. Oh my gosh, that's so hacksy. Well, thank you so much for Big Shuda for playing and being such a good sport, because he got, honestly, some pretty horrendous luck throughout this series. But yeah, I will say though, at the end game, I think I was more likely to win that. Odds of hitting 4 80% moves in a row is 40%, and there was also the chance I got the critical hit there. So when I saw that game ended though, I was like, oh, it's over. But yeah, okay, GG. Wow. Okay, so although you could definitely question my skill, did manage to beat the best 35 pokes player, despite the fact that it was Not the cleanest series, I'll say I'm happy about that, and this is a really cool format. You guys should definitely check it out. See you guys, and have a great day.